If you're anything like me, then you want to save the world. You have grandiose dreams. You have this idea that you are somehow a superhero and you have a purpose and you were born on this planet with a great destiny. Prophecy foretold it from ancient times, and you are here to help save the world and save the planet. So those are my delusions of grandeur. However, the first big revelation is realizing that means we have to save ourselves, that we have to show up for ourselves, to care for ourselves, not selfishly, but practically. Because if your life improves, then the world improves, because you are part of the world. There's no separation. It's all an illusion. Alan Watts talks about this, and I'm going to get a little mystical and a little profound for a minute, but he gives the example of the bees and the flowers, like how they rise together. They are found always together in nature. Or if there's not a flower, then there's some analog to a flower. And if there's not a bee, there's an insect that's an analog to a bee, because the bees and the flowers feed off each other in this ever evolving cycle of growth. It's the same mechanism. And without language, we would see the obviousness of that. But we label it. Those are bees and they're flying around. That's a flower with the beautiful, colorful petals. And so we think the flower is one thing, the bee is another thing. But actually, the bee-flower cycle is one thing. And if we didn't have language, the ability to chop things up into little different pieces and look at them and analyze them, we would be living on a regular basis in the knowledge and understanding of that oneness. The sun and the moon, the oceans and the shores, they are part of a continuous whole. But we think ocean, oh, that has a definition. It's water, it's wet, it's liquid. Shore, that has another definition. It's the thing on the edge. It's oftentimes made of sand. Nowadays, really, it's polluted. But actually, they're one thing. The oceans and the shores are one thing. Just like a droplet of water isn't actually separate from the ocean of which it's a part. So there is no separation except for the way that we cut it up with language. And life coaches can help us see that more clearly. And if we understand that there's no separation, that there's a oneness to the existence on a planet, to the way we exist on the planet, there's unity, then we can start to see clearly that finding and following our own true nature, our own passion, our own joy is actually adding joy to the world. When we think, oh, I have to help XYZ, I have to do this first, we're actually adding an experience of exhaustion to the world, or we're adding an experience of disconnection to the world. It doesn't mean don't go out there and do altruistic things, but do them from a place of pure joy and freedom, because they're truly what you want to do.